Good morning, it's Tara, and I'm back with another video on the day before New Year. I thought I might just pop some of these out since I have time. So I'm gonna go back to my brother's house apartment this evening to spend time with my parents on New Year's Eve so my brother can get a break. So yeah, he had a bit of a meltdown because my dad was getting up at all hours, to go to the restroom, and then my mom is like stomping down the hallway with her, like, it's a hardwood floor apartment, with her walker and her, you know. So my brother is like very sensitive to noise, and it was causing him to lose sleep to the point where just like anything, uh, like the smallest argument between my mom and dad, like just let him have a meltdown. So I spent a lot of time last week and at his place, at my brother's place. So he had to flee the apartment and set up in a hotel for accommodations in order to recover from from his duration. So anyways, I just thought I would come back with a list of like items that I enjoyed buying, like the best things that I did this year, 2024. And one of them was going to see I saw the last performance of Wicked in San Francisco at the Warm, I think, was it? I forgot where it was, but oh yeah, it was a famous theater that was very beautiful in San Francisco. So we got tickets, me and my younger brother, the one who's taking care of the parents with me, to see Wicked, and it was like really beautiful. So I had already seen Wicked like more than 11 years ago when it first came out in London. However, I enjoyed the San Francisco performance much more because I think, and I told my brother this, that the set, the setting, the stage, etc., for the San Francisco one was on a more smaller and intimate scale, and the one, so this everything was more concentrated. The one in London, although it was good with the singing, but I felt like really removed from that experience because for some reason the stage was humongous. It was like so spread out that the visual effect and the, of everything was kind of like diluted. So even though it was really good, like I just felt like not too connected. But the one in San Francisco, it felt like you were actually peeking into their lives, like you were just like a neighbor or something and you were peeking into their lives. It was that intimate, and therefore it was much more intense. It was much more like emotional. You felt very connected with everything that was going on stage. And then the set design was really lovely, and everything was so done so well. So I'm so happy to be able to see this. And I have to thank my brother Giri. Giri is the one who spearheads all these like trips and stuff like that, because he's the more like, what do you call it, planner of the two of us. I'm like the spontaneous person who just wakes up and then one day and just goes, "Hey, let's do this." You know what I mean? I would not have, trust me, I would not have made it to the last performance of this in San Francisco because I wouldn't. You have to plan ahead to buy these tickets, and they were being sold out like really fast. So we got really good tickets, but yeah, they were sold out. It was a packed house, and it was like really amazing. So this is one of the best things that I spent my money on this year. This year I was very good. Because I remember I said that I was going to have like a low spend year, like following along the bandwagon, but it was it was necessary because 2023 and the year before that, 2022, I was a little out of hand with the spending, and I have to rein myself in. So yeah, but however, Okay, there were two things that happened. So there were two things that happened, and these were trips with my brother. One was to Catalina Island, and that is like a lovely little place. That place was fun because we did a lot of experiential stuff. There was shopping, but it was like mostly like cute souvenir shopping and eating. So had some good meals, but we basically we rented a golf cart. We drove around the island on a golf cart. I don't know if y'all have ever been on a golf cart before. Maybe if you were like on a golf course, it's kind of like flat, you know, you just get gentle bumps or something, and you don't have to worry about falling out the sides. But we were on a golf cart winding up and down some very steep, like roads in Catalina, and there was like golf carts in front of us, golf carts in the back of us, and super narrow, windy streets. So it was quite an interesting, and also when you're driving along the coast, up or down a hill, and you're on the side, it feels like you're gonna fall out the side and tumble down the hill into the ocean. So it was like very thrilling, but it took some getting used to, because I felt like you have seat belts, of course, but because there's no door, the whole side towards the road is just empty space. And it took some getting used to, because then you kind of like see your leg kind of dangle off sort of towards the side sometimes when you're taking these turns. It's like really interesting. Yeah. So that was like a really fun experience. We took a little underneath the water thing, where we saw them feed the fish, you know, in like a protected marine area. So we saw these beautiful fish that were native to like Southern California coast, and it was gorgeous. Really loved it. Had a great time with my brother. Ate some buffalo steak. It was delicious. And yeah, so we had a good time there. And then we also took a second we had a second like vacation, because we liked the first one so well, that we went to Las Vegas in October. My brother had actually previously scheduled it for November, but if you can, do not take your vacations, especially in the bottom end of November with like, you know, with like Thanksgiving and everything. That's the worst time ever to go to Las Vegas. Yeah, I've been there before, and we were like, the traffic sucks, the traveling to the airport also sucks, and everything is packed and whatnot. So, and the hotel rates are super, super expensive. So, we got, like the hotel rate that we got was like super cheap. It was like more than half price when we went in October. So just to let you know. And the weather wasn't horrendous, but we were on the back end of a really hot summer. Like at the end of October, it gets like it drops to pleasant type of weather, like around 80s, but the earlier part, it was like 90 degrees. Thankfully, we spent a lot of time inside. But anyways, it was fun. And I didn't tell you about my purchases there. So I kind of fell off the bandwagon, because I was like kind of good last year, perfume wise. I was very like methodical. You know, I didn't go out and buy like a whole bunch of crazy stuff, except for two, which I'll save for the end. But one of the things that I did get is the Neroli Plein-Sud. And this is like, they have two Nerolis. One is the Neroli Outre Noir, which I had purchased like years before, and I think it was in Paris for like a discounted price, no tax whatsoever. I mean, no tax. Oh, and I got my tax back. But anyways, at a discounted price. And then I was curious about the Neroli Plein-Sud, because a lot of people had said that this was like kind of like a departure for Guerlain, and they're right. So when I smelled it, it's like a neroli, but they included like exotic. I don't think that they've ever used like these notes before, but ginger, and it has turmeric in it. So it has a very exotic, earthy type of spicy, but different spice, different from the Middle Eastern spice that they have. And the neroli is very strong. So I've been wearing it today, and it's just, I like it. It's got the ginger kind of is makes it kind of a little bit soapy and kind of like powder. The turmeric kind of makes it a little bit like gritty and earthy, and it's just like a different take. And yeah, I'm glad that they have this. This one, I think it's suitable for both men and women. Women, this is not your pretty like rose sherry or like, uh, your violets like insolence or anything like that, or Champs-Élysées like floral. This is like a spicy, slightly soapy, slightly metallic neroli. I think it's quite nice. It's in keeping with the cleanness of Guerlain at the same time as being exotic and spicy, but in a different way. So I think this is quite unique. I really like this. It's not for everybody, for sure. Go check it out if you want something different. And I'm glad that Guerlain is taking a more adventurous type of uh, path. I'm glad that even though there have been some hits and misses, that they're trying new stuff. You know what I mean? We can't always be in the same vein of being like the polite, like, Parisian, like classical perfume type deal. We have to have like different things like this. So yeah, it's different but not different. So I quite like that about them. Just like Patchouli Paris is different but not different. It's like Parisian enough, but it's Parisian and sassy, and Parisian and slightly different, slightly exotic. And I do like that they're stepping beyond their conventional boundaries, right? What I'm really glad is they're not doing the same like syrupy stuff, sweetie stuff as they had done before. I'm glad, you know what I mean? So there's something for everybody. I think guys especially would maybe like this. A lot of people like this. Think most people think Tobacco Honey is probably their hit. Patchouli Paris is probably like a hit, and but I just wanted to people to not neglect this. This is also very good. Yeah, I'm glad I picked this up. I was going to go for Iris Terrifier, and I remember telling you guys about that. I was considering like maybe pushing the button on that because it's going away. But when I went there and smelled and on the strip and everything, and I talked to the SA. The SA is very knowledgeable. She's been working for the company for a long time, and she and I had a good discussion, and we both like have similar taste. And I really enjoyed speaking to her. She was very sincere, wasn't just trying to push stuff on me. And this is what I ended up with. So yeah, sometimes you go into a store, thinking you're going to get one thing and then you come out with another. Another thing that I bought that I was totally not expecting, and this is just like pure freaking indulgence, you know what I mean? Maybe I was like I was too monastic and too self-disciplined this year, and some part of me had to rebel. But I saw this Le Petit Robe Noir travel spray. This is Le Flacon Coeur au Parfum. So Le Flacon Coeur is just like the flacon is the bottle, and then the Coeur means heart. So the heart-shaped bottle. So basically, I saw this on the shelf, tester on the shelf, and I was like, holy crap, I need that. And the weird thing is I didn't even really like, I think I told you before that I didn't really like Le Petit Robe Noir, but for some reason when I smelled it out of on the shelf, and after of course, having good feelings by like speaking to sales lady and everything, I decided like, oh, let me have this one too. And she was like, oh, I'm like, yeah. So you may have noticed that even though it's heart-shaped, it's actually the top. It's the top of the Mitsuko bottle. Like, it's like the Oriental Pagoda curlicue of the Mitsuko bottle. You know, the Mitsuko bottle that like Après Landais, Mitsuko, L'Heure Bleue, and all of those ones are now in these like oriental curly Q bottles with this on top. So this is the top part of it. So wow, clever, clever, you know what I mean? So just in time for like Valentine's Day too. So I was asking her, like, you know, how do you, this is a refill. The good thing about this is it's not, this bottle is what drew me to it. And this is not like a one-timer. This is actually a refillable travel spray. So this is how you know, they have directions on the back, and then they also have like the, what do you call it? The ER code or some, the QR code that you can, that shows you how to fill it up. So basically you get the regular bottle, and here's the top of the regular bottle. See? This top matches the top of that, except the top is smaller. This travel spray is bigger. And what you do is you just take the sprayer off, and then you put the bottle, you take the sprayer off of this, and then you put them together, and then you just like, I guess you push it up and down, and then the perfume flows from here to here, and then you put the screw bottle, I mean the screw top back on. So this screws off, and yeah, and there you have it. That's how you do it. So, I mean, yeah, so the thing with this is now I started liking Le Petit Robe Noir. And the reason why is I noticed that it's even though it's got that syrupy, cherry, like fruity obnoxiousness in the beginning, I started like noticing the really lovely like violet and iris heart, violet roses, I think, heart. And it's like, it was tolerable, you know what I mean? Surprisingly, I liked it. It was just like loud and exuberant and like fruity and youthful. So I was like, okay, let me get it, you know? So this was like $75. Yes, I know I should have probably waited to see if any of these made it onto like Fragrance Net for like 50 bucks or something, and I should have bought it. But anyways, it was like a trip. And when you're on a trip, you know, your inhibitions get lowered. And therefore, but you know, I was, oh, okay, let's see. Oh, it comes with this like cute, like, look at the box. It's like pink shaped inside. And then it comes with this little like filler thing up on the side. Oh, okay, yeah. So you stick this on to the, you stick that onto the here. So when you attach it, it just squirts directly into the bottle. So I hope I don't lose this. Oh my goodness. So anyways, now I'll probably have to buy like a bottle of Le Petit Robe Noir for future refills and whatnot. But you know, that's okay. The reason being that Le Petit Robe Noir, the original one, which is what I think this is. Yeah, the Eau de Parfum. The original Eau de Parfum is quite cheap. There's so many bottles of this around, so I can get like a big bottle, just get the cheapest one possible, and then that's that. So I'll have a new Le Petit Robe Noir. Yeah, this and the Eau Fraiche, which is the green one, and the what do you call it, the Robe Plissé, that's the one with the pleated skirt. I did a video about that. That one has apricot in it. It's like a beautiful rose, like light rose perfume, sparkling rose. That one are the only ones that I have. Oh, wait, no. I think I have a travel spray of the blue one that's discontinued. I think that's Intense, and that has like it's like a soup, it has blueberry note, well, that's hence why it's colored blue, and it has like a super sweet, cloudy, like fluffy, like cotton candy note, which makes it different from all these other ones. But anyways, I can't be, you know, I'm done with this. I'm done with this like line. Okay. But anyways, that's what I bought for October. And now this is my December like splurge, and I had been pretty good in December. I had done a video about like getting rabbit from zoologists and liking a biscuit note. I already had bought the Le Lait de Biscuit by Chabot, like earlier on in the year. So now what happened is I was very good. I had dutifully bought new bras and underwear to be practical. But what happened is since it can get a bit boring, being with older people. I'm older, so I shouldn't say that, but my parents go to sleep at 9 p.m., so I have to be quiet. And so one of the quietest things that you can do is go online on your iPad or laptop and scroll, and then inevitably your attention gets caught by like perfume advertisements. And I saw this on FragranceNet, and this is like Chloe Atelier des Fleurs Magnolia Alba. So basically, Chloe has like an exclusive line. Chloe is known for their Chloe Rose Lychee perfume, which I really love. I love that whole line. But I only have like minis and travel sprays of it for some reason. Because well, no, I have the Intense bottle. Never mind. But anyways, my eyes were caught by the Magnolia Alba. The reason being is that I've always loved Magnolia, and I remember smelling it. The first time I smelled it was like maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago. And I remember loving it because it's like lemony, it's like white floral, but not mushroomy like tuberose. It was very clean, yet not super soapy like Lily of the Valley. So it has like all these, like, it has dewy, lemony, fresh, slightly fruity notes. And it was just like slightly woody. It was like the perfect white floral. I know a lot of people like white florals. They like tuberose or jasmine or something like that. But Magnolia does not have the funky notes and indolic notes of jasmine and tuberose. And it's not super rich. It's like just the perfect. It's not as high pitch as gardenia, not as rich, you know what I mean? And it's not cloying. It's like the perfect clean scent, but not super soapy, like I said, Lily of the Valley. And it's not super spicy like Carnation. So I love it. However, I have been looking for the Magnolia, and it's like Magnolia's like does its heavy lifting in a lot of perfumes where you want a clean yet present, like sort of more crystalline and dewy flower with presence, but not that doesn't overtake the flower. So Magnolia is one of these supporting things. I feel like it has a much more like noble. When I think Magnolia, I think noble flower. I don't know why. I think it's like stately. I think it's shines in its own light. It's not as quiet as it's more distinctive and not as quiet as Iris. But yet the crazy thing about Magnolia is I've been wanting to smell the Magnolia flowers, and God knows we have tons of magnolias. The flowers are big as my head, and they're gigantic, and I've been wanting to smell them because we have tons in the neighborhood. Unfortunately, they're so freaking tall, I can't reach them, you know what I mean, to smell the actual flowers to see if they actually smell like this. So anyways, I thought, you know what? I need to get this perfume. It was like selling for, I think there's some on Joma Shop for like $60-something or $80-something, but there was some on FragranceNet for $100 or 80 or 90 bucks. So I thought, you know what? Let me check this out. I've been interested in the Atelier des Fleurs line because I heard that they were super realistic florals, and they're just not linear, but they're super concentrated on that flower. And that's if there was a theme for 2024 in terms of perfume, is the incessant search for the pure florals. It's like a continuation from 2023, but yeah, where I was like really stuck on rose, you know, and I really wanted to find the best rose, and which is a very elusive scent to find. So I thought, you know what? I have not given this a try, and if they're selling like half price, you know, at discounters, I'm going to check it out. So I went and bought this 1.6 fluid ounce of Magnolia Alba. And let me tell you, I was not disappointed. This perfume is very, very almost exactly like what I expected and wanted from the Magnolia plant. So I don't remember what Magnolia note, it might have been from the Body Shop or something like that, that I had sniffed like years ago, that I remembered that note until like today, that I've been trying to, you know, get this pure note of Magnolia. And this is probably it for me. I don't, it's like watery and pure, like dewy, and it's just like a noble white floral without any of the aldehydic stinkiness, and also without, it's not that powdery. It's just, I don't know how they made this formula so dewy, you know, like you can smell the water of it throughout the whole thing, and it's not like fake water, like ionic water or something like that, or that metallic, like ozonic, like fake aqua water or marine note. It's not marine whatsoever. It just smells like pure water, and it smells like the pure flower. The only thing about this is that if you're not a Magnolia connoisseur and you don't, you know, really care for the Magnolia, it's not a full composition. So it's not like a perfume. It's everything, is that all the notes together are just coming together just to make the Magnolia. That's it. It's not like, you know, the Magnolia turns into other stuff. So it's very linear, but I like that. You know, this is what I wanted. I wanted to smell the purity of the flower. So because I really love this, I freaking lost the plot, and I just like went on FragranceNet and I ordered a bunch of stuff from this line. And I did not get the vanilla because I have a lot of vanilla. And the thing about vanilla is that everything ends up smelling like vanilla at the end. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's why for the vanilla perfumes, I have to be very, very picky if I want to have some variation, or be able to have distinguishable perfumes in my collection regarding vanilla, because the longest, most lingering notes smell so similar, and they always have the same vanilla dry down, you know. So it's basically the top notes and middle notes that really affect how you feel about the vanilla. And the vanilla has to have different like textures, right? There's thinner vanillas, translucent vanillas, cloudy, fluffy vanillas, dense, like syrupy vanillas, and all those. So the texture and everything matters more. The thing about this whole line is I have a sneaking suspicion that all of them are going to be light in body. So if you don't like light, pure, almost like flower waters, but with personality, then I don't think that you should pursue it. But if you want to smell something cool, you know, like, you know, once in a while people like to go and smell stuff in the garden. It kind of smells like garden fresh flowers then. And it's not like that, like a jumble white bouquet of florals where you can't tell like one floral from the other, and it's all smashed into one accord like the 80s perfumes. You can smell the Magnolia here. So I love this Magnolia. I had previously tried to get another Magnolia, but that was unsuccessful. That was the Splendida line from Bulgari. They had like a Magnolia there. That Magnolia, which I thought would be like this, it turns out that it's like super spiky and woody, and I don't, you know, I don't get this marvelous like dewy, delicate confection. I got like some weird, like woody amalgamation. It was like quite masculine and it didn't fulfill my expectations. So, which is unusual because I love the Splendida Door iris. That was like one of the most beautiful iris and most delicate, feminine, and yet not pushover. It has enough personality. It was like almost like the perfect violety iris, the ladylike iris that I've ever smelt. And it's like one of my treasures. But the magnolia one of that is just ugh, terrible. Another one that I do want to try, but ever since I got this, I'm not in a hurry to try to get it because I don't see much being able to beat this in my books, in my collection. And you know, once you have what you think is the epitome or like the highest, then it just sort of makes the urgency of finding any other ones less. And that is the Nobile collection of the Acqua di Parma. They have a magnolia one, which I'd been, you know, trying to get and trying to get a smell of because I've become cautious because although Acqua di Parma is generally very solid for everything, and I like most of their stuff. Just like the Magnolia from Bulgari, I like 99% of their stuff, and I still was disappointed. I didn't want to get another disappointment, so I blind bought this, but it was this was a very successful blind buy, is what I'm trying to say. So now I'm expecting like Mimosa, Iris, and all these other ones, Hibiscus, and a bunch of other ones from this line. So that was my one huge splurge. Luckily, I managed to order this like at the end of the month, just like a few days ago. So it will go on to my next credit card billing cycle. So yeah. Anyways, thank you for listening and have a great day. I hope let me know if you had some good buys and bad buys. I'm going to come back with like the bad buys of this year, of which I thankfully have very few. So anyways, have a great one. I'll talk to you later. Bye.